Hey, welcome to my spiritual journal with me, with your soul sister, Iona Maid. I'm the host of the #1 Spiritual Awakening Annual YouTube Summit, where I interview spiritual YouTubers on their spiritual awakening stories. And we have the Spiritual Ascension After Show Party and the Spiritual Alchemy giveaway. I will leave the links if you're interested in the links and the comments and the description down below. Before I dive into my spiritual journal with me, today is day 49 in my world. It is Financial Freedom Sunday. So I talk about financial freedom in my spiritual journal, in my rituals and my routines. But before I dive into that today and give you some spiritual journal prompts and a way to leverage your light work and your lifestyle, I like to say, please do click the like this video, click to share it out, click the notification button to get notified as I go live. So I set the intention to go live at 11:11, and I'm really excited, and it kind of threw me off a little bit because my Fiverr guy, hey Robin, good morning, love. Robin Knott of the Energy Healing TV and podcast is on with me. She's our lead soul guided instructor for the SoulLegacyAcademy.com and the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Networks. Thank you, Robin. So I was a little bit thrown off. I had my intro. I wanted to speak into my new intro as I've had a pause on this Soul Legacy journal and spiritual journaling. But I'll do it more tomorrow. But my Fiverr guy was updating my book cover with my #1 bestseller sticker, so it meant that I came a little bit later. But yeah, do share this this video out. I will leave the links in the description and the comments below. If you have a spiritual story to share, I am seeking co-authors in my co-author book series, so I will leave some details for you down below if you're interested in sharing a spiritual awakening story with the world as you journal with me. So Robin, we have the Soul Legacy Journal. Robin's very familiar with that. If you're watching in the Soul Legacy Academy, then please be sure to like this again and jump on our monthly calls as we talk about freedom, more freedom in life. Today is financial freedom, so that is what we're going to focus on in our spiritual journal. I call my journal 365 days of your spiritual awakening story, and I say it's a co-created soul path to spiritual alchemy for light workers for many different reasons. But I do believe that when we are doing a spiritual journal and we're updating, when I update my experience, when I share with you on a daily basis, I've made that commitment and I feel a bit more human today. I dyed my hair and I put my makeup on today, which I did not do yesterday. But as I do this like daily updates and have my spiritual experience, what I want to say is that every single day I talk about a different area, and the finances is one of the areas that I feel like we should talk about more. I call it soul client income and financial freedom, depending on what that means to you. Let me know what that means to you, and if you've ever included finances in your spiritual journal. If you've been in my world, then you will have. But you might think, oh, well, that's not something that I'd want to put in a spiritual journal. It doesn't feel very spiritual. Why are you talking about money? Why are you talking about finances? But we know for financial freedom, a lot of people a lot of light workers want to have that financial freedom and want to have the freedom that actually brings in life. However, if we're not aligned with financial freedom and we don't really see the vision of our financial freedom goal, then it can be a problem, right? It can be a misalignment. So I want to talk about that. So in my spiritual journal, what I usually do is lay out my spiritual rituals and routines that will support me in my finances. However, taking a break from the journaling, like doing my daily vlogs, had me questioning what it is that I really want to share with you, what it is that I do and what it is that you do, and kind of meet that in the middle. Meaning that yes, it's spiritual to and you can bring a spiritual energy to money, but really in these daily vlogs and in my spiritual journal and journaling through the process of my spiritual awakening and my spiritual ascension and my spiritual alchemy, really it's doing what you feel good every single day that is going to bring you that financial freedom. It's going to bring you that money. For me, it wasn't working a soul-sucking day job. It just wasn't. So that meant that I had to have a vision of a version of me. Robin says financial freedom Sunday is a 10. Thank you, Robin. So we do rate how we feel about our finances and the vibration of where our goal is, our financial freedom goal. If you have one, let me know if you have one. I talk about banking 50K in 50 days just to make it easy for you. And the version of you that you need to become in order to be able to live into that financial freedom goal is where I was going. So yes, Robin's got financial freedom. So I have a spiritual vision board where I support you in laying out the vision of what would financial freedom look like to you. And then we journal that out in our spiritual journal and we remove any blocks, any thoughts, any feelings. Robin supports you in doing that with a 5-day money blocks clearing challenge. And she calls it a self-love journey to financial freedom. Because for me, the reason why I want to focus on financial freedom as part of my spiritual journal and what I call intentional living in the 7 freedoms. It's one of 7 freedoms. So today's is Financial Freedom Sunday, and what I invite you to do is think of not only a financial freedom goal and how in alignment you feel with that, how high vibing you are around that. If you're worried about it, if you're fearful about it, you've got like, if you're in soul funk about it, I call it, or soul flow, like if money is coming to you, money's flowing in, money's flowing out, and you're doing the things that you know that you need to do in order to reach a financial freedom goal. How in alignment do you feel? So Robin says that she feels for her financial freedom Sunday is 10. When we do that rating, I'd rate between a 1 and 11 is how high vibing you are. And that you don't get a 0 in my world. I think you're breathing, be grateful. Like you've got there's some money, like this costs money, the internet costs money, my phone costs money. Do you know what I mean? Like for all the areas of our life, we rate like how high vibing we are and appreciation for the level of money that you've had to date. So my financial freedom frequency, I call it, that's in alignment with my financial freedom goal is definitely 11, because like I said, my Fiverr guy was like putting my bestseller sticker on my book, right? It's called Spiritual YouTubers from Scratch, a Soul Guided Influencers Compass to leveraging your light work and lifestyle on YouTube. And that's what I've been doing, and that's how I want to, I set the intention to earn my money through my spiritual business. And having the spiritual rituals and routines doesn't always look really sexy, doesn't always look like sitting on a chair meditating or on the floor on a cushion meditating for 10 hours a day. Sometimes it takes doing a certain thing to be able to receive that money. Sometimes people think that, and let me know if this resonates with you. As I do my spiritual journaling, I've gotten to know me. I've gotten to know where I'm at. And sometimes people think that when we set a vision and we have a vision board and we go, yeah, I want to be a #1 bestseller. Yeah, I want to build a spiritual business. Yes, I want to do my light work in the world. Yes, it's going to be super easy. Yeah, I don't want to do a soul-sucking day job. But when the reality kicks in, it's like the version of you now is probably not going to be the version of you that earns that financial freedom goal. Because if it was the version of you now, you'd have it. So how far away are you from your financial freedom goal? And it's not necessarily the goal, how as such, like the target, the money, but how far are you away from being the version of you who is open, energy's moving, Robin, open and to receiving it. And that's what I want to journal about today. And you journal in your spiritual journal. If there's ideas that are coming up for you, like, oh, I've been blocking the money in this way, or I haven't been showing up in this way, or I haven't been serving in this way, or I haven't been signing up my soul clients in this way, what can you do? And write it down and commit to it. You'll know, your soul will guide you. What is it that you need to do in your spiritual business as a spiritual business owner? Can you hear that, Robin? Like, that is crazy, like amounts of energy. So we're on the right track, right? So Robin says, yes, that is also true for me. I can see different versions of me throughout this journey. I'm more clear now than I was when. How did you fit all of that in a comment? It makes you cut off at a certain point. When I'm on Robin's daily lives, the Energy Healing TV podcast, talks about energy healing lifestyle and helps us clear our energy. And that's what I'm saying, my energy is moving. It helps us clear our energy around money, around our relationships, around our emotions, around our environment, around everything. All of the 7 freedoms that I talk about, Robin, goes deeper on the layers of clearing that energy. So I don't know how you've managed to fit all of that in this comment, but I love it. So thank you. So Robin says, I'm more clear now than I was when we met. Literally, I can feel myself becoming even more clear as we go. And that's that clarity. So I pride myself in having that clarity. My spiritual journal helps me to have clarity. Let me know if when you journal and you write down. So I talk about vision, I talk about values, and I talk about vibration. Every single day, I want to check in of where I am. That is the only thing that I really do in each day. And that's what helps give me clarity, my vision, my values, and my vibration. I know if I'm not in alignment with my vision, I feel stuck. I don't often, because I kind of know what my vision is. And so the way of how to live into my vision comes to me on a daily basis. That's where my spiritual journal comes in. Excuse me, my vibration, I want to know how I'm feeling in a moment. It's a quick check-in, like if I'm feeling in a moment, how I'm feeling in the day, how I'm feeling when I look back. And obviously we're talking about financial freedom today. And the version of me, say, is, for those of you who don't know, I was bankrupt. I was homeless. I went through a really messy divorce, and I was homeless, and I was bankrupt, and I had my home repossessed. So the income, the finances, really, the rockets of desire really birthed from the contrast. And the version of me who was in the homeless place was still visualizing this version of me now, but I had to wait for the physical to catch up. Do you know what I mean? Like I always had that story inside of me. I think when we go through our spiritual awakening and have those experiences, it births those rockets of desire for us to become clearer. And so I pride myself in sharing how I get clarity and supporting you in clarity, and having the confidence and putting the systems and strategies in your spiritual business around your finances and around all areas that I talk about each day on the Soul Legacy TV. So I love that you're becoming clearer as you go. And I think as we break down each area of our lives, obviously today it's finances, we talk about every area on the Soul Legacy TV, it helps you to become clearer. It helps you to separate it, although it's not separate, so that you can just see that thing. So you can just see your finances. Robin says, I did not hear, but yay to the energy. Can you not hear it? It's super loud. You know when your belly grumbles, if you've ever got on camera, Robin, it happens to Robin all of the time. And I fast as well. I have fasting windows. That's part of me being the best version of me, talking about intentional living on the Soul Legacy TV. I talk about every single area, because it's not just the money. We know that. However, if we never focus on the money, then we're not going to do the things that we need in our spiritual business to be open to growing ourselves, to be the version that earns the money. That makes sense. So Robin says, Iona is the clarity queen. So I'm the clarity queen, and Robin is the clearing queen. So the reason why Robin can call me the clarity queen is because With my work, the first thing that I help you to do is set a vision, and that vision helps you get clarity. So if you have a vision and you write it down in your spiritual journal, in your notebook, if you have a vision, because that's the first thing that I talk about, is what is your vision for financial freedom for your spiritual business, your annual income. You don't have to write it on here. You don't have to put it in the comments. You can if you want to. What is your annual income? And some people have a dream income. Some people have what would double their income, their normal salary that they work at a job. And some people have that kind of like, okay, well, what would cover my expenses? And if you don't know those three figures, then commit to knowing them today, writing them down in your spiritual journal. What would be your real big like goal? For me, when I started the Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge, which I challenge you to do that in the vibrational world so you can feel into what it feels like, but also to journal on the numbers and the figures and track and tune that and hold yourself accountable, or get an accountability buddy, and declare it. Like, so for me it was 600,000 in a year. It was dollars. I live in the UK, and I'm like, okay. And the reason, the why behind it was because I was homeless, bankrupt, and all of the rest of it. I wanted to buy a home, a barn conversion outright. So I was like, okay, well, what do I need to do in order to earn that money joyfully, with balance, with ease, grace, and flow? What kind of spiritual business do I need to build? And what gifts can I give out into the world? And part of it is clarity. Because I'm good at that. I'm good at that for myself. So once you have the vision, okay, well, in a year, this is what I'd like to earn. So let me know, like, give me a thumbs up if you've done that, or if you do that, or if you spend some time after this, it's alive. So if you come back the next Sunday, Financial Freedom Sunday, let me know if you've done that. Like, yes, I know what my annual financial freedom goal would be, like my dream goal. And then let me know, like, what would be your double your salary goal that you've earned before. Like, it's probably not as much as what you think, but if you've earned so much in your, what I call soul sucking day job, it doesn't have to be soul sucking, right? But it feels soul sucking when you're a light worker and you're working for someone else, or you're a spiritual entrepreneur and you're like, I don't really want to be told what to do, when I really want to have the freedom to have time with my family, have downtime, or travel while I build my spiritual business online, whatever that is. So if you've earned a certain amount and you doubled it, well, obviously that's going to bring you a certain level of financial freedom, right? So what is that number? And then just to cover your expenses and live a little bit like on the edge, a treat every now and again, but like what would cover your basic expenses. And I don't mean like a complete bare minimum expenses. I mean comfortably, like to have a little bit of change, you'll be able to, go on a holiday or go on a trip or what have you. What would cover that? Like a life of freedom, but not like really extravagant, but just will cover, so you're not worrying about things, you're not worrying about your bills, you're not worrying about not having a lack, right? Not living in poverty, living more prosperously. What would that be? So I want you to check in. Robin says she's done a thumbs up. Amazing. That's really, really cool. I'm really grateful to experience the journey with you and see where you are, and write the date for today, right? So today, right now, it is like the 20 something of May. I think it's like the 27th of May 2022 when I'm going live on the Soul Legacy TV. But whenever you come across this, write down today's date, and you've committed to that vision, right? Vibrationally, you've committed to that vision. Once you say it, you speak it into existence. Now it's becoming the version of you that leans into that. And what helps me as I do my spiritual journaling each day is, and do these daily vlogs, is who do I need? I start to ask myself, who do I need to become in order to deliver the amount of value 10 times? I ask myself, you don't have to do this, but 10 times the amount of value of that figure, so that I can feel in alignment with receiving that. everything I do, I try and add 10 times the amount of value. And once you do that, you'll be open more to receiving it. So Robin says, my financial dream goal changed too. Okay, cool. If your financial freedom goal has changed as well, the dream goal, and you want to share that, that's absolutely fine. If you don't want to share that, then that's absolutely cool. In the Soul Legacy Academy, if you're watching in the Soul Legacy Academy as a student of mine, we have a 7 freedoms frequency 2-hour monthly call where we talk about the finances, we talk about your contribution, your health, your emotions, your environment, your relationships, your spirituality, all of these. I call it intentional living, and all of these financial freedom goals. So you can do that in private, and you can do it with me, and I can support you in that. But if you are open to share, Robin, without giving like details or without putting you on the spot, if you don't want to share, that's absolutely fine. If you don't want to share, that's absolutely fine. And I encourage you to buddy up with a buddy so you can hold each other accountable. But what has prompted your financial dream goal to change, if it has changed for you? Is it just asking the question as you grow your spiritual business, as you lean into feeling the call of your soul, like, oh, well, I would like to do this in my spiritual business. I would like to run a retreat. I would like to do ads. I would like to promote a business in this way. I would like to do, what is it that changes the financial freedom goal? Because we talk about each area of your life, and we journal about each area of your life in the spiritual journaling process. But what is it that would change now? Have you made a decision? And what is it based on? Is it based on the vision of the life that you'd like to experience with more freedom in each area of your life? Robin says, I'm so happy you taught me that, to think about how I can serve beyond the cost to feel in alignment. Oh, you're welcome. So it was actually Jim Rohn, and Tony Robbins was mentored by a guy called Jim Rohn. I don't know if you guys know it. Let me know if you know. Oh, my daughter just said to me, oh, you look pretty. I took a picture. She said, how are you feeling, Mum? I said, I feel amazing. I took a selfie and sent it. She just said, you look pretty. Yeah, it was Jim Rohn that said that I'll offer 10 times the value. And I took that when I heard it. You know, when you hear a quote. Oh, actually, speaking of Tony Robbins, my daughter's messaging me. As speaking of Tony Robbins, I've got a quote that I usually journal about, or I usually put in my journal just to note. And I have a momentum app to keep me in alignment with what it is that I do on a daily basis to build my spiritual business. So I'm going to share a quote for today with Tony Robbins. But when I heard that saying, and when I heard the phrase and I heard the word, I embodied it. And sometimes when we hear quotes or we hear words, it's good to like try them on and feel how it feels to you. And that is something that I've never ever forgotten. So I can't take credit for that, Robin. But I'm glad that it actually inspired you, and I was able to share their teachings on. So this is a quote by Tony Robbins that was on my Momentum app today. And I'm not going to stay on this live very long. He says, setting goals is the first step to living. So hang on. Oh, I wrote it down and I wrote it down again. Living in the invisible, or setting goals. I have Erlen and dyslexia. I don't know if you can see that. It's really bad. That's why I write in my spiritual journal. That's why I speak it out into existence. He says, let me go again. Setting goals is the first step into turning the invisible into the visible. That's a quote by Tony Robbins. Setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible into the visible. And so that's the thing. Like, we've just set a goal, right? We've set an intention. Some people like to set goals, some people don't. But unless you know where you're going, you're kind of like a little bit all over the place. That might feel like that for you. But it gives you that direction. It gives you that focus. You don't beat yourself up whether you hit the goal or not. As I was listening to the book Atomic Habits yesterday and today, it's the things that you do, whether you get there or not, is who you become. So we set a goal and we set a vision, but we do not attach to the goal and the vision. We just move in the journey with ease, grace, and flow. Robin says, a couple things change for me. One is clearing the rubbish. clearing the gunk, clearing the soul funk, I would say, clearing the crap that had me believing I didn't deserve financial freedom. Oh, wow. I'm just gonna sit with that for a second because that is huge. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. If you have felt like, or as you write in your spiritual journal, and you can write, and if you felt like that, write why. Just, this is a personal journal to you, writing it, speaking it. I like to speak my journal out. My writing is like absolutely atrocious. Don't know if you can see that, because I have early and dyslexia. So when I write to anchor things in, but I don't get attached to writing and writing and writing. If you're not a writer, speak out, release what is in there. So clearing what has been holding you back from believing and thinking that you didn't deserve financial freedom. When we come at it from a different perspective, as in, who do I need to become? What do I need to do? And who do I need to serve? And who do I want to serve? What am I good at? Like, it becomes that natural thing that you build in your spiritual business. We say that we have gifts. We say that we're here to add transformation to the world. We don't have to do that for free, because we're not going out and going to get another job, right? So if we're not going to get a job, and this is our income as spiritual YouTubers, and we're building a spiritual business and an online teaching platform, we read books from so many people, and we learn from courses. We can create that ourselves, and definitely deserving that financial freedom is huge. It's huge. And my teachings, and on the Soul Legacy TV and Living Intentionally, I share with you how you contribute and your finances and everything in between. It's growing in that deservedness of being deserving to be fully you, expressing all of you, and finances is just one part of that. Robin says, oh, hang on, I see what you mean about the comments jumping. Robin says, on another level is my level of understanding of what financial freedom is. I love that. And I know that you've been sharing that more on your 5-day money blocks clearing challenge. And Tony Robbins talks about that. So I read a lot of books. I haven't noted the book that I have been reading mostly. One, Think and Grow Rich. You Are a Badass at Making Money. Prosperity Consciousness. I read and I study what others have to say, because we read books on so many different areas. But with me doing the intentional living, what I do is I get to read a book or listen to something every single day without fail on something that's going to move the needle, shift that consciousness, my prosperity consciousness on money or on my contribution, and it's really helped me out. Another is a level of understanding what financial freedom is. I saw the ability to pay basic minimums was financial freedom. Oh, Robin has a shocked face. Now I'm like, wow, to that. So thank you, Robin, for sharing. And I only know more because when I went to T. Harv Eker's Millionaire Mind intensive seminar, so Millionaire Mind, that's what I've been growing over the last few years. I was going to go bankrupt. I went a few months after. I was about to have my home repossessed, right? So that's basic, covering the basics. And when we did the money part in the seminar, my head went blank. I had nothing to write down, not a thing. I'm like, and everybody else is writing, is asking about the financial freedom goals, and I had nothing. It was just out of my awareness completely. So I totally resonate with that. I don't know if I thought that paying the basic minimums was financial freedom, but it does give you a level of freedom, right? It gives you a level of peace of mind. So, so what do you define financial freedom as now? Because, wow, oh, amazing. So Robin said, it did feel that way for me. I felt overwhelmed and wobbly until I got clear and set goals that support that clarity. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. It's beautiful. They don't have a dirt gunk emoji, Robin says. So yeah, Robin shared the crap emoji. Thank you for sharing that. I love that. And so part of the financial freedom and living an intentional life, I share a game. And I was inspired by, if you know Esther and Jerry Hicks, for in a book called Asking It Is Given. So you do have to ask. You have to ask, right? So if we are thinking, well, this is the bare minimum and this is all I deserve, or like this is not even in my awareness, I'm just not even going to ask, then we get what we've always asked for, kind of. And our habits and our goals and our intentions and our vision have led us to right now where we are and right now where we are going. So we do have to ask, and it is given. And money is an exchange, an energy exchange. Money is just energy. Everything is energy. We believe that, right? We believe everything's energy, but then we go, well, but this isn't, and this is dirty energy or crappy energy or what have you, or whatever it is. And it doesn't have to. It's neutral until us as humans make it so. So Asking It Is Given, they have a prosperity game, and they encourage you to share the energy of money, the collective energy of money, and spend money freely, right? Not hoard money. And so in their game, they give you $1,000 every day, $1,000 on day one, then $2,000 and $3,000. And they say if you play the game, their money game, their prosperity game, every single day for a year, you'd spend 66 million. And I love Abraham and Esther and Jerry Hicks, but I was like, that doesn't feel in alignment to me. So what can I do? And so I developed the soul income game, bank 50K in 50 days. So for 50 days, I encourage you. So today is Financial Freedom Sunday. And what usually happens, and I'm going to start next week, I'm going to start tomorrow on contribution freedom, but you can do this with me at any point, is spend a vibrational money voucher of $1,000, pounds or euros, wherever you are in the world, every single day to support you in that vibration. So when we don't track our vibration around money, around our gifts, then we let it fall by the wayside. And all of a sudden it's gone 50 days or it's gone a year, and we're still in the same place that where we were, and we're still thinking, I don't deserve it, or we're still thinking. So I want you to track your money vibrationally, spend it on anything that you desire that's going to support you in your light work and your lifestyle, growing your spiritual business. You don't get to spend it on, you don't get to save it in the sense of like putting it into a bank account, you spend it, but you can carry over the money to the next day. You don't pay bills like utility bills and stuff. All of those things are covered. I want you to come from that vibration, as Robin says, excuse me, all the basic minimums, that financial freedom. Yeah, that's done. That's a level of financial freedom there. But now we have extra, right, to spend. And so you can save, you can carry over the remaining balance if you don't want to spend it every day. So my intention is to give you the Soul Legacy Journal, my Soul Legacy Journal, it's a magical journal, right? Spiritual alchemy, to give you £1,000, dollars or euros every single day. So you spend it. If you don't want to spend it in that day, carry it over, but please do tithe 10%. 10% of it, so $100, pounds or euros, goes to a worthy cause in your eyes. So that when you are in alignment to doing your work out in the world and giving that value, I love tithing my time and I love tithing in my business. When you're doing that, you have a different goal and a different framework about what financial freedom is. Financial freedom then allows you to also give and tithe, give your time, give your energy, and give your money. So tithe it to a worthy cause. The worthy cause that I feel called to support is something called Cruise Bereavement Care. A lady from the Cruise Bereavement Care supported me on my journey. So it can be something that where somebody supported you, or supported a member of your family, or something that you're just passionate about, doesn't matter. Send the energy so that when you start to earn for reals in the physical world, so this is vibrationally, when you set to become the version of you, that is just going to become automatic. And so financial freedom then feels like the freedom to serve, not only for yourself and your family and your soul clients and your soul tribe, but the world at large. so that we're not hoarding that money. So we have a spiritual vision board, a spiritual vision board challenge. I'll leave it in the comments, in the description, in the cards for you. Get clear on every single area of your life, clear on how you want to contribute in your light work and your lifestyle, clear on your health, clear on your emotions, clear on your environment that you want to live in and work in and travel in, clear on your relationships, how you want to have date nights and quality time and all of the things, and run retreats and all the things. Like, you're going to need money for that. Clear on your spirituality and clear on your financial freedom goals, so that you can spend that money and know that the version of you is responsible with that money, can manage that money, and can handle that money. If I gave you that money, what would you do with it? So I am giving you that vibrational money. And then I invite you to be the version who is doing that in the physical world. You can do that with me. I will leave details in the comments, where I am going to invite you to build your spiritual business. Get out there, build a spiritual YouTube channel around your business, so that you can really share your gifts with the world, really be visible in the world, get featured on podcasts, on summits, on radio, become a #1 bestseller, build your online course that you've always wanted to build, have passive income streams, really actually serve in the world the way that your soul is calling you to do, because it's time. So Robin says, I believe financial freedom is more of a flow. It's expansive, inflow, outflow, no lag, ability to share, gift, stress-free living. Yeah, 100%. That stress-free living for me is intentional living. And so part of this, the Soul Legacy TV, and doing this spiritual journal, and sharing how I have gone through my Robin says it's time for sure. Yeah. And it's time for you. If you're watching this on the replay, then it's definitely time. If you're in the Soul Legacy Academy, it's definitely time. I have several ways that I invite you to come and share on this journey with me. One is sharing your spiritual awakening story in my co-author book series. I am looking for co-authors to not only sharing the book, it goes beyond the book, building your own author and authority platform with your own best-selling book, with your own spiritual business, and being open to receive that money. So I have a Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge. If you've enjoyed being here with me, sitting here with me on Financial Freedom Sunday, or whenever you're listening to this, come back, but hold yourself accountable to actually doing the things in your business and in your life every single day that move the needle, that have you be that version of yourself, so you can become a co-author in my book series. I am actually giving my Bootcampers in the Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint, the author and authority media platform, one page in the book. Masterminders, if you're a soul match, that is, it's not automatic. And co-authors up to 5, Masterminders up to 5 pages in the co-author book series. That's going to help you build that credibility online, get that visibility, so you feel really good about sharing your spiritual awakening story with your soul tribe. Because I believe that when we go through a spiritual awakening, it's not for no reason. This Soul Legacy Journal is birthed from my spiritual awakening, and part of my spiritual awakening, and this spiritual awakening journal has come from the adversity that I've had in my life, the rock bottoms that I've hit in my life, the like I said, the homelessness, the bankruptcy, the divorce, the health, all of the things. Every single area of your life, you can find a way that you've got a spiritual awakening story to tell, and your soul tribe are here. They want to hear you share it, and they want to see you on that soul path, so they can follow you. So there's many influencers online. I talk about becoming a soul guided influencer in my book. The book is called Spiritual YouTubers from Scratch, a soul guided influencer's compass to leveraging your light work and your lifestyle on YouTube. We know that the YouTube platform is massive. We know that there's many spiritual YouTubers, many YouTubers in general out there sharing so much gold and so much value. And I know that you have so much value and so much gold to share. And I'd love to support you on that journey. I have a 5-day challenge that comes with the book. I have a free chapter of the book, and with that also comes a free chapter VIP day, which I'm so excited about. I would love to serve you. Like I said, I love tithing my time. I love knowing that I can come on and I can serve, and I have that leverage in my light work and my lifestyle. I have that passive income. I have that balance. So I have a free VIP day. It's a free group VIP day. I will do it every 50 days-ish. If you want to learn how to start, grow, and structure your successful spiritual business online, on YouTube, and launch with a #1 best-selling book, then I'd love to support you in that. Again, I am seeking co-authors for my co-author book series. So #1 bestseller, we set the intention to birth it on the 6th of May, in loving memory to my son. So Cruz Bereavement Care is a cause that I want to support and tithe to because of my loss and because of the support. And at the times when we wonder if we deserve the money in an energy exchange, all we have to do is look back at the journey that we've been through as we've gone through our dark night of the soul, and how we've dragged ourselves through it, and how we've learned from other people. We've invested in their books, we've invested in their courses, and it's just the same for you. So Robin says, I love your system and I love your support. You're giving it to all of us. You're welcome, beautiful. Thank you so much. So this is me, Iona Major Soul Sister, on Financial Freedom Sundays. We will be doing contribution freedom on a Monday, health freedom on a Tuesday, emotional freedom on a Wednesday, environmental freedom on a Thursday, relationship freedom on a Friday. Did I say relationship freedom on a Friday? Spiritual freedom on a Saturday. And again, we'll come back to financial freedom every single Sunday on this daily vlog. I love you. Thank you. Robin says, thank you for sharing. I love you. Oh, and Robin, before I forget, the 5-day money blocks clearing challenge, if you're interested in that, on Robin's channel, the Energy Healing TV, subscribe. What day is it for you on the Energy Healing TV? So Robin has where she clears the energy for you. If you have gunk and crap around it, then she'll support you. So it's the crown chakra today, and the crystal for that would be the clear quartz, clarity, focus, and visualization. And I think that we've done some of that today. So definitely subscribe to Robin's channel. Again, she's a lead soul guiding instructor for us. So I'm really excited to share this journey with you. I shall see you on the next It's Crown Chakra Healing. Yay! So I'll see you on Robin's daily live. She's about to go live in a couple of hours, or an hour or so, at 1:30 Eastern time. No, 1:30 my time. What? Yeah. I don't know. You have to, go and subscribe. Set a reminder. There's a playlist for my daily lives as well. I shall speak to you soon. Mwah. Big love. Take care.